Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It is February the 6th, 2016. I'm going to look at the stakes races from Gulfstream Park. We have an excellent card. Before we get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for full card selections from Gulfstream Park. The races I will be looking at are races 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, and the feature 13th race, what is the Donn Handicap. So to go over it, it's races 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, and 13. So let's get on to today's action. To today's fourth race. The fourth race is the 11th running of the Ladies Turf Sprint per $75,000. For fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards, very good race. Hopefully they're on the turf. I know there was a good turf course on Friday afternoon for that card, but hopefully it'll be dry enough for them to run. Field 9 horses. The 9-horse Stone-tastic is entered for the main track. The rail will be at 96 feet, so it's the outer portion of the turf course. Traveling 5 furlongs, and it's the return of a very good filly turfer, or filly and mare turfer, whatever you want to call it. Number 2, Lady Shipman, who's going to be my top selection in a pick 5. It's probably going to be my single here. You can find the pick 5 ticket on my Twitter account. I've been pretty lazy the last few days to post it on there, but I will get it up there hopefully. I'm going to single in on the 2 horse here, Lady Shipman. Underneath, I am going to box the 5-6 for a 50 cents try. It's going to cost you $1 to play that. But number 2, Lady Shipman, 3-5. Irod Ortiz getting on this one for the third time. New trainer now, Kieran McLaughlin, this filly out of Midshipman. Previous trainer was Kathleen O'Connell. Last time out on a very good turf course. As in very good, I mean it was incredibly wet. More towards soft, I believe. 5.5 furlongs, Keeneland in the Breeze Cup Turf Sprint. Finished second by neck that day. Wasn't catching Mongolian Saturday. It was 5 wide, and I have to say it was an okay race. She did run her heart up against the boys. Then a Keeneland 5.5 against the fillies in the Frank's County Stakes. Hopefully I said that right. Finished second by head. Last time Eduardo Nunez rode this horse, it wasn't the best run. He was drifting out, and he got run down by Ageless that day. This horse ran against for the first time in his career, this horse ran against the boys last time out, and to say she did do well that day. Might have just kind of whatever. And then a Saratoga. Let's go back to a Saratoga start on August 30th. And a Smart and Fancy Stakes for 100 grand. Won by 2 3/4 lengths. Really won easily. Drew off clear. And then the race before that, in the Coronation Cup at Saratoga, won again by 3 1/4 lengths. Another great run. So this horse should do well. Ran here at Gulfstream Park. Actually, in January the 1st of 2015, about a year ago, 13 months ago, to be exact, if you want to get down to the logistics. Ran that day at Gulfstream Park, 5 furlongs here on this turf course, won by 4 1/4 lengths, and just won pretty convincingly. Gonna go with this one. First start with new trainer, should do well. Irod Ortiz coming in from New York to ride this one. So recap my bets for the Ladies Turf Sprint. Gonna key in on the 2 horse Lady Shipman. Gonna single that horse here in my pick 5 ticket, which you can find on Twitter. So keying on the 2. Box to 5-6 for my trifecta. It's going to cost you, for 50 cents, going to cost you $1. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Gulfstream Park, which is the 31st running of the Fred W. Hooper Stakes, grade 3 purse, $100,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards. Maybe they're using this race as a prep race for the Gulfstream Park Handicap, which is at a mile next month, which I think is kind of stupid. Not the race, the Gulfstream Park Handicap, running it at a mile. I used to see it at a mile and a quarter. Like to say I need a handicap that race was like you either go to Dubai after that race sometimes. They haven't run it at a mile and a quarter since 2004, maybe it was the last time. I'm not sure if they ran it at the extended distance at this new Gulfstream Park, which got put up in 2005, something like that. But back to the race. We have 8 horses in this incredible race. This race used to be run actually at Calder, or its new name, Gulfstream Park West. They're traveling a mile here. And I'm going to actually go with the 4 horse. Number 4, Stanford, making his first start July 31st, was actually on the Derby Trail. Gonna go with that horse here. Key that horse here on top in my trifecta. Underneath, gonna box to 1-3 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1. Number 4, Stanford. 6-1, Joel Rosario for Todd Fletcher. Last time out, like I said, hasn't started since July 31st. That was over at Saratoga here in New York in the Curling the Stakes for 100 grand. Finished fifth by 11 lengths. Was leading towards the early race, was and just flattered in the stretch. I don't know what really happened that day. Then at Monmouth, mile 16th in the long branch, won by 1 1/4 lengths. Just stalking the pace early on, got the lead at the top of the stretch, and just was really going that day. Went wide, but it was a very nice race. And then in the easy goer overnight stakes, or I don't know if it was an overnight stake, but in the easy goer stakes at Belmont, mile 16th on June the 6th, against 3 horses that day. This horse finished second by 1 1/4 lengths. I think I actually had the winner, Japan, who was a very nice horse. Too bad you couldn't see what that horse did after that, because I believe that horse got retired after an injury. It was a very good horse. Just finished second by 1 1/4 lengths in the field of 3. We stumbled at the start, was 3 wide, so I don't know how this horse was 3 wide. I know they were all going for the lead, but to be 3 wide in a race with 3 horses, to go wide, I think they're, it's something. So it was an okay race. It was horse's first start in 2 months. Also, start before that was in the Louisiana Derby after the fairgrounds. Finished second by a neck. Was leading all throughout. Got caught in the wire by International Star, who ran him down. It was a very game race. And then the Isla Morado Stakes here at Gulfstream Park last March 6th, the mile 8th. Finished second by 5 1/4 lengths. Was leading all throughout and got caught again. And was just no match for the winner. Actually got placed 6th through disqualification. Also, so yeah, the winner of that race, Materiality, won the race after his last start after that, or the race after, whatever you want to go call it. Won the Florida Derby after that. So this horse here at Gulfstream's 2-1, should do well. I'm not sure if I'm going to key this horse on for a single in my pick 5. Very shaky about him. I have to look at the. Plus, I don't like playing pick 5 tickets that are incredibly expensive. For a college student, you have to be very good with the money. So I like playing tickets under $15 if I can. Better off under 10 would be really nice. So I would like to find 2 singles in this sequence. So I think I might have found 2 singles to late Shipman this race, maybe Stanford this this run. So gonna go with this one. So recap my bets for the 5th race from Gulfstream Park. It is the Fred Hooper Stakes. Gonna key in on the 4-horse Stanford. Underneath, gonna box it 1-3 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1. So now let's get on to race number 6. We're at actually 8 minutes. I was just wondering. I feel like I was talking for so long, and I am. The 6th race from Gulfstream Park is the 73rd running of the Shawnee River Stakes. Grade 3, purse $150,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses traveling mile and 1/8, and the rail will be out at 96 feet. They'll be using the outer portion of the turf course, mile and 1/8. And I'm going to do a super here, actually, for 60 cents. I'm going to key in on the 5-horse here, who is Light in Paris. Going to key that horse on top. Underneath, going to box to 148 for the 10 cents minimum base wager. It's going to cost you 60 cents, so cheap wager. But it's a very difficult race. If I was playing this race in the let's see, what do they have in a triple, a pick 3 kind of way, I don't think I could find a single. I did key the 5-horse here for my trifecta, but I it's a very difficult race. But number 5, Light in Paris, 4-1, John Velasquez, Chad Brown trains this one. Last time out, they're on a Gulfstream Park, mile 16th on December the 19th in Tropical Oak Stakes for $80,000. This horse finished third by half a length. It's closing up well that day. He was a little bit wide, but he was rallying up really well. It should do well with the added distance today. Then at Belmont, 1 mile. First starts here in the States. First start in Lasix in the Pebble Stakes for $200,000. Finished 8th by 9 3/4 lengths. It was just no impact. I don't know what was wrong with this horse that day. And then Deauville, and there were big races in the summer in France. August 7th in the Prix des Charmilles Stakes. Won by neck, and he was just very strong that day. Gonna go with this one. The distance should be perfect. Third start in America, carrying 119 pounds, gets John Velasquez for the second time. His last race was an improvement of the first race in America. So to recap my bets for the sixth race from Gulfstream Park, it is the Swanee River Stakes. Gonna go. Hopefully I said that right. Also, it's the Swanee River. Gonna go with the 5 horse here. Key that horse on top. Underneath, gonna box 148 for superfecta for 10 cents minimum base wager. It's gonna cost you 60 cents. So now let's get on to race number 10. The 10th race, and I just don't like the way they position these stakes races. I would put the races back to back to back to back to back. I really like that when racetracks do that because it's just more fun that way. So the 10th race is the 11th running of the Gulfstream Park Turf Sprint per $75,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards, and we have a field of 15 horses. Excuse me, there are 15 horses here, and it's just a wide open race. I could not find a horse for my pick. For my pick 4, I couldn't find a horse that really was a good single, so I had to. I'm gonna probably play the 3 horses I'm gonna give you right now. For my trifecta, for a 50 cents trifecta, gonna key in on the 10 as my top pick, but I'm gonna on the bottom. I'm gonna box the 4, 13 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1, but number 10, who is Power Alert, 4-1. Out of all these horses, I think if I had to pick a single, if I was tied up and said you had to pick a single for this race, I would have to go with Power Alert. But I said I'm very, iffy because I think it's just wide open. But Julian Leperoux on this one. Brian Lynch trains this Australian-bred horse. Last time out, thrown Tampa Bay Downs, 5 furlongs in January the 9th in Turf Dash. Finished second by 4 3/4 lengths. Was a heavy favorite also. Was stalking the pace early. Was off slow. He was just he was on the inside. He just wasn't his best run. It was the horse's first run since July also, so you give this horse a break. That July run was at Parks, Philadelphia Park, 5 furlongs into Parks Dash. Finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths, and I don't know what happened that day. His horse came in with drifting, just had a horrible race. And then the Jaipur at Belmont, 6 furlongs to June 6th. Finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths. Was just outfinished. Maybe they're sending this horse to Dubai for the what's that big race? Can't think of it right now. The big 5 furlong dash on Dubai World Cup night. Maybe they're going to use this prep as this for that race. At Gulfstream Park, this horse has run here twice. It's a 2 for 2 over this turf course. Ran the Silks Run Stakes over this course last season, just a basic overnight stakes. Won by half length and really ran well. He's a bit wide, but he ran well. And then December 21st, first start in the stakes for this horse. An allowance for 38,000. Won by 1 3/4 lengths. Was closing well again that day. He was just pressing and dueling and closed well. Gonna go with this one. Last win for this horse came in turf sprints at Churchill back in May, so he's going to do well here. So to cap my best for race number 10, the turf sprint, the Gulfstream Park turf sprint from Gulfstream Park, of course. It'd be silly if it's from Santa Anita, but going to go with the 10 horse here. Key that horse on top for my trifecta. Underneath, going to box to 4. 13. 50 cents going to cost you $1. So now we're going to head on to race number 12. Not the 11th race, the 12th race. The 12th race is the 34th running of the Gulfstream Park Turf Handicap Grade 1 purse, $350,000. It is for 4-year-olds and upwards, and we do have a field of 8 horses traveling 1.1 miles, and I believe they'll be using the inner portion of the turf course, but I might be wrong. It's not posted here on the program, so I'm just guessing they're using the inner portion. Don't rip my head off if they're using the outer portion, which is at 96 feet. But we do have the Pizza Man here in this race, and I'm going to try and beat the favorite. I don't think the Pizza Man could deliver a win today. But I do think he's going to, if he runs this race, he's going to get under the finish line in less than 30 minutes. Yeah, stick to the racing. Yeah, some people say don't do that either, but I'm gonna take my shot here with 7 horse. Number 7, Take Over Target, 10-1 with Irad Ortiz. Gonna key that horse here for a 50 cents trifecta on top. Underneath, gonna box to 3-6. I think the Pizza Man could come in the money. but I'm just a bit weary, I guess. But number 7, Takeover Target, 10-1, Irad Ortiz Jr. for Chad Brown. Last time out, did run at Gulfstream Park, mile 16th in Fort Lauderdale. Finished fifth by 2 lengths that day. He had a horrible trip. Was 3 wide the second turn. Had to check at the eighth pole. It was just horrible. And then the Hill Prince Stakes at Belmont on a soft turf course, very soft turf course. We got a lot of rain that weekend back in October. Won by 1 3/4 lengths, and he just inched away really well. Was 3 wide. Had a wide trip again that day, but went on to overcome that to a very nice victory. Then Saratoga in the Serenat Stakes, a mile and an eighth. Finished sixth by 7 lengths. He was 5 wide at the quarter pole. Was 4 wide at the around the turn, going into the turn. It was just empty after that really wide trip. So his last few starts, this horse has been pretty wide, or he's been having to check. He actually won his last win before the Hill Prince was actually in the Hall of Fame Stakes, Saratoga, mile 16th and August 7th. Won by half length. He just moved out to a very nice victory. Gonna go with this one. Ran once over this course. That was last time out. Finished fifth. Against this field, I think this horse should really do well. Like I said, I'm not using the Pizza Man for on top. Maybe in a pick 5, I would put him on the ticket, but I'm still weary. I think this. I know the trainer always says this horse can run any distance as long as it's not around 2 turns. But he didn't like the. I don't know if he didn't like the turf course at Gulfstream, Keeneland, back in the Shadwell Turf Mile. I don't know. He was farther back. But I think this horse would really do better if this race was at a mile, maybe even like a mile and a quarter. I don't think the distance is right for this horse. I might be proven wrong, but of course, but I'm going to try to beat the favorite here. So to recap my bets for the Gulfstream Park Turf handicap, going to key in on the 7 horse here, who is Takeover Target. Underneath, going to box at 3-6 for 50 cents. Going to cost you $1. So now, let's get on to race number 13 after talking for 17 minutes and 12 seconds. The 13th race, finally, is the 61st running of the Donn Handicap Grade 1 purse, $500,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. We do have a field of 8 horses traveling a mile and an eighth. Just a very good race. A lot of these horses will be using this race as a prep for the San Anita Handicap, the big cap in Southern California. Some of these horses will be going to Dubai to run in the Dubai World Cup in about 7 weeks, something like that, 7-8 weeks. And some of these horses are going to do nothing after the race. I don't know. But it's a very good Donn Handicap. And I'm going to do, again, like a trifecta this race. Going to give you my top selection, who is going to be the 3 horse, if we get the page loaded, of course. I'm going to go with the 3 horse, Mashwish. Going to keep that horse here on top. Underneath, going to box the 1-7. Going to keep keen ice off my ticket. I don't think the race is going to play out to him tonight. No, that might sound stupid. But going to key in the 3, box to 1-7. I'll get back to keen ice in a second. But number 3, Mashwish at 7-2. John Velazquez reunited with this one, owned by Al Shabab Racing. Todd Pletcher trains this one out of Medaglia d'Oro, who actually won this race back in 2004. But last time out, ran at Gulfstream Park in the House Hope Stakes. Won by neck that day. Was leading at the quarter pole and just really went on to good victory. Actually was leading at the 8th pole and went on to a very good victory. Then before that was actually the horse's first start on a dirt surface in a Cigar Mile here in New York. Finished 4th by 1/4 lengths, and he just held well that day. It was a good run because they started him afterwards here at Gulfstream Park and he won. Going around 2 turns for the first time on dirt shouldn't be a problem. He did win at 2 turns on turf, so it's kind of an inkling that he can handle the distance for sure. Ran the Brews Cup Mile at Keeneland back in October. Finished 4th by 4 1/4 lengths. He was just 4 wide, and it was a good run. I have to say, good 4th place finish against the world's best milers. And then in the 4-star Dave at Saratoga, finished 5th. Finished 3rd actually in the Dubai Turf. This race doesn't turn out as well. I think they're going to point for that race again, the Dubai Duty Free. If this race turns out well, they might run him in the Dubai World Cup. So yeah, he's been training pretty well. Trained at January 30th at 4 furlongs at Palm Beach and 47 for the fifth best workout 20, and a 4 furlong workout 49-1, the 20th best at 32. I think this horse could really get the job done. I'm also going to use Maiden Lucky underneath on my ticket. For the pick five, I might use Made from Lucky also. And I might also use the seven horse It's a Knockout. All three horses, I believe, are Todd Pletcher, so we might have a Todd Pletcher triple if my calculations are right. But Made from Lucky 5-1. Last time out, ran the Heartland's Holiday. Finished second by 3/4 length. The horse's first start in a month, but the start before that was actually at November 11th at Aqueduct. Start before that one was about 2 months. But in Harlan's Holiday, finished second. In Discovery, finished second. Seventh in the Pennsylvania Derby. He should really do well here at Gulfstream Park. Ran well over this course last season. Straight two over it. So going to use this horse underneath box for the second and third place. And I'm also going to use the seven horse It's a Knockout, who won a really good optional claimer last time out. Has one win and through a actually three wins over this course. Four wins. I was wrong a few times with that. 5-4 over this course. Should actually be 5-3 because that Fountain of Youth last season got disqualified. Finished second, but they disqualified the winner Upstart for causing interference with the horse that day. And I believe this horse shouldn't have been placed first. I believe Upstart should have stayed where he was. But it's my personal decision. So he does like this course, but this one should be well. The reason I'm not using Keen Ice, and it's because he's a deep closer. The stretch here at Gulfstream Park is pretty short, and I don't think this horse could really close on it. He ran over this course last year in the Holy Bull, finished fifth by 10.5 lengths, as far back, and he had a horrible trip also and was breaking from the rail going into that mile 16th race. But I really don't think this horse can really handle it with the short stretch at Gulfstream Park. So that's why I'm going to keep him off my ticket in every shape or form. So gonna go with this one. So recap my bets for race number 13, the Donn Handicap from Gulfstream Park after 22 minutes and 25 seconds. Gonna key in on the three horse, who is Mashwish. Underneath, gonna box you 1-7 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1. I'm also gonna probably use those three horses in my pick 4 and my late pick 6. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for full card selections. Good luck, everyone.